Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091, and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Last time we left off, we began the fourth case in the game, which ironically is Mia's very first case ever. So this is like 6 years previously from what happened presently in the game. It's 6 years ago from Phoenix's time, I guess, if you want to say that. So it's Mia's first case, it's Edgeworth's first case. The Gumshoe's right there. He's just got promoted to a detective. So yeah, it's kind of nice seeing this little flashback case, but we have to go through it. So now we're going to go ahead and cross-examine Gumshoe's previous testimony. Well, right here, he says that an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Let's find out more about that. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Oh, sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant? The defendant called her? Well, Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Yeah, a top-secret memo that she left on her desk. Okay, we'll take a look at that. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. Whose idea was it to keep that note from me? Ha! Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? With that cute face, they didn't expect him to be so sneaky. Oh yeah, trust me, lady, he's really sneaky. He really didn't stop being like that until Phoenix came in the picture. Kinda. Well, alright. So actually, let's take a look at the evidence real quick, because I haven't actually looked at it. Let's see. Okay, here's our autopsy report. Stabbed with a knife in the back. Found blood loss between 4 and 5. The map of Dusky Bridge. 40 feet above Eagle River. Alright, let's look at this note real quick. So on February 14th at 1:21, Falls, 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear a white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. What the hell's that mean? Well, maybe we'll figure it out. Alright, well, let's just continue on with the testimony here. He stuffed her body and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls had a car then. Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. There's Valerie, alright. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. Well, she's dead. I don't think it matters anymore, but, you know, hey. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. Ha. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. The condition of the body where it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway, well, wait a minute. I think I do see something strange, because we just saw the victim's note, and it said that she was going to wear a white scarf for identification. Well, I don't see it on her. So that could easily mean that, oh, that can't be her. Either way, that's a contradiction. Witness! Mia? You gotta say something now. What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye?
I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
this is the first time I actually had to address someone like that. Ugh, you should have practiced before you come into court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Ugh! Come on, Mia! Shake it off! You're a lawyer! Detective! Yes, ma'am! This photo, you said that there was nothing strange about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. Note? It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, the special request. I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is that white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it! Ah! Oh, God. There you go, Mia. The caller told her where to identify herself, so I expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. Oh boy. The scarf you were searching so desperately for. Is this the one, perchance? Ah! Where'd you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why didn't you just tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white, as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. It looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising. It was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time. The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Alright, well, we got another piece. Jeez. Now, the attorney for the defense has finished embarrassing herself. I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? Boy, would I like to wrap the scarf around this smarry little neck. Smarry? How you want to say it? I don't care. Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Further, it will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kitten, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? That sounds good. Alright, well, let's hear another testimony. Events on Dusky Bridge. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows her wearing a scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been why the scarf fell off. When the scarf fell off. Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It is about a 40 feet drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say it was a well-intentioned third party. Aha! A potential witness! So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel her to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, just like Mia said, I'm not sure what the hell you feel about anything. So, as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again! That's not fair! I haven't even done my cross-examination yet! What do you mean, Ah, jeez, I don't like this judge. I want the old judge back. Although he was an idiot as well, but I could probably stand him more. Okay, well, let's see what happened here. I don't know. Okay, so he said he shoved the victim down and stabbed her. Now, see, I don't understand here something real quick. Looking at the crime photo, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like he actually shoved her. I don't know, it doesn't seem to go correctly. Considering we have the scarf and everything, something doesn't fit. So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Well, yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with that soggy atmosphere. But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us to what isn't right. What is it about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with the conditions that day? Well, it's just her coat. Naturally, the answer is right here. The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Remember the testimony? What were the conditions on a bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. Exactly. Well, that's exactly right. The other day I fell on my muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. Okay. I do admit the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If your honor had fallen in the shower instead of a muddy street, his glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet, but not muddy. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The surface of the bridge, huh? Ha! A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like that. Neither would a real woman. Of course I can! Oh, it caught him off guard. Here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge is muddy. As a freaking scarf, because if she fell on the bridge and the scarf got muddy, then why isn't her coat muddy? Huh. Fits in together, right? The evidence is this scarf. Ah! It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. Ugh! No! Can't be outwitted by this Nova's bimbo. Oh, don't call me a bimbo, Edgeworth. I will smack you. Hey! Same to you, buddy! Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, that real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here. Ha! You're doing pretty good for a little kitten. Mr. Armando! No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated that she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence? It's only one of those three. What you just said now? I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence in the court. but we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as that is flimsy scam it really is. Yes! The false evidence in this case is the... What could it be? Could it be the photo? Could it be the trunk? No, I really think it's the freaking testimony, because we actually saw the other two, but this testimony, well, we know nothing about. It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Well, yeah. That's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. That's not just true. It's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called him in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears I will need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for a brutal truth. What? Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the courts. We're prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? I don't know. I'm getting a little freaked out here. Now, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. The battle begins here. Witness, what is your name and occupation? Devil Woman! She's back! Oh no! Oh no. Everyone is so silent I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Oh. When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double-double and a dozen donut holes. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Hey, not so fast! As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you could learn a lot from that man. If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Hey, yes, my dear. This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Not at all. It's no trouble at all. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster. What the? Woman, you are not Melissa Foster. You're a devil woman. I'm a college student. A freshman in the literature department. You were on the scene when an unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you were the one who took this photo. Is that accurate? What? How can you be so mean? Now see here! What do you do shoving that in her face like that? Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you! Uh-oh. I don't like the turn this is taken. Is she staring at me? And you would be... Huh? I'm the defense lawyer. My name is Miss Mia Faye. I see. So you are... Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. Oh, God. Don't get lured into her siren call, or whatever you want to call it. She's evil. Yeah, but next time we're going to go ahead and hear her testimony and, well, see what she has to say. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. See you guys later.